no one should have to choose between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Purina is helping to create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters through the Purple Leash Project, so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Christian Moore back to Jack Goodchild on the blue line. He manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. Goodchild with the shot, and the Slough Jets are taking the lead on the power play with 23 seconds remaining. And Jack Goodchild is Kane Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Lorne. And Campbell has found himself in. And it's 3-1 to the Chelmsford Chieftains. They have hit back quickly.
Welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK Ice Hockey podcast. I won't tell you what number episode on because I don't have a fucking clue. But this one is, of course, hosted, as usual, by me, Ben Hyde, and
me, Katelin O'Piner.
But we've got someone else with us this evening, which you joining us on YouTube, you'll probably see him, and then if you're joining us on Spotify Apple Podcast, you'll hear him. Ross Miller is on podcast. Ross Miller, we'll give it a nice little...
Hello.
Now, Chieftains goalie, Ross Miller. How you doing, Kelly? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Chilling on a Wednesday night, just nearly finished an episode of Dexter, but I'll have to come back to that in a bit. This is more important.
Well, I figured Wednesday would catch you between training.
Yeah, I can't actually train on a Tuesday because that would be far too much travel for me to actually
it's a long old journey for you, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah.
We have got some questions later about the commute that people are wondering about, because I mean, we'll go straight on to the signing for Chelmsford, which, timing-wise, I don't know if everyone knows when it happened. I think I was actually told in February, but I don't know if it was confirmed that
might be a bit early.
And then you messaged me when it had been announced, and you were like, my inbox is just blown up. Like, I think my phone's going to smoke.
I've never had an outpouring like it. Usually I'm not on my phone too much. I don't like to text a whole lot. I'm rubbish at it. I'm too old. But yeah, it probably took me 2 days to actually get through everything and take the time to actually read through, respond, see all the different platforms. I'm like, this is too much. It feels too much. But yeah, it was a mad one. I had people I haven't spoken to in years reaching out. I had people I've never spoke to before in my life just reaching out and stuff, which is really nice as well, to be fair. But I was warned about it, but I didn't think it would be as much of an outpouring as it was. But yeah, it was quite nice at the same time, to be fair.
Who warned you about that?
I think it would have been Clemmer. I'm sure it would have been Clemmer.
Yeah.
Someone, or it might have been Saunders, actually, after I spoke to him after leaving. But yeah, he was like, you'll have it there. You'll be looked after. Nothing but great words. So.
Obviously, with knowing that, obviously, you've had a really good response from it. And obviously, I'm guessing everyone's been really welcoming. Yeah,
been great. Since we had a players' barbecue in, must have been August. And yeah, getting to actually know everyone, because of course you do know everyone, but you don't know everyone, and it's nice to see them off the ice and not putting the puck in the back of the net. So that was a nice change, to be fair. thought I was going to get PTSD the first time a home goal went in Chelmsford. I automatically looked at my own goal, was like, oh wait, no, it's down the other end, it's fine.
Just used to it at that place, weren't we?
Your first game actually for Chelmsford was massively eventful because it was a good win against the Barons, but you got, I think, possibly the worst case of cramp anyone's ever seen.
I've never been so warm in my life. I don't just happened to be that weekend. It was like 23, 24 degrees. Chelmsford's a hot rink anyway. And they put us under a bit of pressure in the second period. I think they had a better run at the play. And coming in, obviously, I'd had 1, maybe 2 training sessions at that point and just hadn't got into the swing of things yet. And I've never experienced cramp like it. It was in both my quads simultaneously. And I was just laughing on the ice because I didn't know what else to do because I've taken the shot in the chest and then just collapsed to the floor. I see Gemma coming. I can't even tell her what's happened because I'm laughing so much. I think she just sat on my legs. There's a photo of her literally just pressing my legs down. I'm like, thank you so much. I've never experienced anything like it. It was the weirdest thing. I can't even explain it. You can't feel your legs. You can't physically move them. I've never experienced it in my life. Hopefully I won't have to do it again, but at least Jem is there to help if it does go wrong again.
There was a lot of people sitting around me that were actually like instant panic, like, oh my God, he's injured already, it's only the first game. And I was like, I think he's got cramp.
Boy, it was definitely cramp. I think Jem put about 3 bottles of isotonic in front of me as well. She's like, drink all of them right now. And I was like, okay. Okay, thank you.
The physios do a very good job across the league, but Gemma's been on the podcast as well, so she's told me the stuff that she's had to do and the stuff that they put her through there as well, which is always good crack.
She's always straight on the ice for the other team as well, to be fair to her, so which is also nice.
I think physios are like the unsung hero of hockey. Like, without them, and that's coming from me, just a girl who does some social media, they are the unsung heroes at hockey. Without them, it just would not run because the amount of injuries.
It's the ones you don't see as well. Even we had Crystal in Oxford last year.
Yeah.
She was there every training, and obviously most games that she could get to and away games as well. But yeah, just all the things you don't see, strapping up everyone, and nobody ever's been like, oh, thanks to the physio because you helped me get through the year, otherwise my shoulder wouldn't have made it.
Exactly. They are the reason.
Shout out the physios everywhere.
Yes.
So how did it come about, the Chelmsford move? Because like I said, I was informed of something quite early, as soon as, and this was actually before Jordan Lauder had announced that he was moving to Canada. So at that point, I thought Chelmsford didn't need another goalie.
Yeah, well, I didn't know either. I couldn't tell you the exact day of when it was actually Clemmer who got in contact towards the end of the season. I didn't know Laws was moving out to Canada either. I thought he was going to a national club or something, or moving somewhere closer to home. Not sure where he was living, to be honest. But obviously I knew Matt.
He was still living near Basingstoke Way, and
that's why I assumed. Anyway, that's probably hour and a half, 2 hours from to Chelmsford, I'd imagine ish. So I didn't know that was happening either, so it was a bit of a surprise when they reached out anyway. They're just trying to get in cover as early as they can, I guess, because you do need to plan for the next season whilst you're still playing your old season, because obviously you can't rely on players definitely coming back or not coming back, so you need to be I need something set in stone so I can build in the proper off-season to get a squad for next year. So I think that's all that was, just to see if I was willing, available. The first question was, you still living in Cardiff, mate? And I was like, yes, I am.
So you didn't have as long a trip as everyone else on Sunday then?
Oh, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Such a nice weekend.
Minutes.
It is literally a 5-minute drive. You can see the rink from the house. It is beautiful. It's not so nice when you pass it every week to go to a different rink, but it's lovely when you have to play there.
Well, when we spoke when you first were signed, I said, surely you're moving down here. But it's...
Kind of.
The club have been quite good sorting you out a little bit of stuff, haven't they?
So yeah, they'll sort me out some things. But my missus obviously lived in Oxford. She now actually lives with me in Cardiff. So that's an extra a hurdle to jump over. But that was in the plans and in the works before Chelmsford had come up, to be fair. So obviously she still has family in Oxford, so I can get over for training on a Thursday, jump back to Oxford on a Thursday night, get back about 2 o'clock in the morning, which is the same as getting back from Oxford on a Wednesday night. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, straight up for work the next day. I work in Oxford on a Friday because her stepdad's a builder and a Sparky. It all works out at the end, and then I'm up for the weekend then, because Oxford's kind of in the middle of everywhere. It's no more than 2 hours to go anywhere from Oxford, so no matter where you're playing. Well, maybe Invicta is about 2.5 hours, but so it works itself out ish. There's still a 3.5 hour drive twice a week at least, which isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And now I've got some trips under my belt. It goes by a bit quicker. You've got a routine. It goes by. But the drive back from training to Oxford on a Thursday night flies by compared, because obviously you do a 3.5 hour journey, and then hour 45, hour 40 back to Oxford is done. I'm like, great. You don't even realise you've got to go to bed then.
And of course, now we're back weekly, you've got something to listen to.
Yeah, exactly. I do. I need more podcasts, though. I need some more from you. I need more entertainment.
Obviously, as well, with you travelling back from Oxford literally every Wednesday night, pretty much for the last 6 seasons. Yeah. It's sort of like travelling isn't something that clearly bothers you, or otherwise you wouldn't do it.
No, not really. It's something you always have to do at Cardiff anyway. So juniors, you were getting a bus to wherever you were going, and then jumping into ENL2, ENL1. Back when it was still ENL. It's no matter what, you were getting back late.
Exactly.
So it's a Cardiff thing to be used to travel. It's like, I'm not
the only one. It's just a Welsh thing.
It's just a Welsh thing. I know Ben Davis played for MK, now plays, he's playing Bristol last year. He was going to MK from Cardiff every week. Like, Carter obviously did it with me. Morgan did it with me last year. So, like, it's just the thing you do. If you want to play, it's the thing you've got to do.
Exactly.
Did you, how many Welsh goalies is there?
Not as many as you might think. Someone asked me this the other day, actually. I'd probably say, obviously, aside from juniors, you don't have too many actually still in the pool, because a few that I've played with have since retired, just stopped playing in general. I think in NIHL 1 and 2, I think there's maybe 4 or 5 off the top of my head. I think you got me, Ben Scanlon, Morgan, obviously, Brocken, Gemma Davis. I'm probably missing out a few off the top of my head, but there isn't many who are still actually playing. I'm not sure there's any in the national, apart from Harry Thomas. I think he's only 16, 17 just coming up, but he's going to have a good run at national, I think. I got to watch him play in a game I backed up from last year in Swindon, and he was unbelievable. And I was like, there's no way he's 16. Like, it's just no way. Like, so I don't think there's too many. Less than 10.
Do they do Welsh national hockey?
No. So back when, I don't know what it is now, because I think they're divided differently. I think they do like a fantasy draft for the juniors now. But back when I was playing, it was like Southwest and Southeast and North Cobra and South Cobra type thing. Yeah, which I never even got involved in anyway. I went to one session I was invited to, because I started late actually. I was like first year under 16s is when I actually joined. So I went, I think it was my second year 16s, went to it in Basingstoke on a Friday night. Get there, there's 1 million people there, there's 6 other goalies. Jordan Headley's one of them, and who's obviously now national. And I'm like, he's got a School of Excellence shirt on. I'm like, I've got yellow gloves and red pads. I should not be here. Who invited me? Got about 6 minutes of ice time in a scrimmage and then a shootout at the end, and that was it. And then when they asked me to come back the next round, I was like, it's all right. It's fine.
Not worth my travelling.
It's fine. I don't need to be there. It's fine. So, yeah, so I don't know what they do now, but, yeah.
No. That'd be interesting. Interesting if there was a Welsh setup, because I do know, speaking with Chico Cole a couple of times that Chico's been on. Chico was born in Guernsey.
Yeah.
I think he may be the only like pro or semi-pro hockey player that is actually born in Guernsey.
In Guernsey, yeah.
I don't know anyone born from Guernsey.
Well, I think I said even if he just played on his own for Guernsey, that'd still be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, they would be, yeah. I've spoken to him a bit this off-season. He's reached out a few times. I spoke to him a few times. Obviously, I've played against him for probably 10, 11 years over the span of the two different leagues. And when we had like ENL 1.5 back when the EPL collapsed and it was that weird half ENL 2, half ENL 1. 4 teams were great. The rest of us were... but yeah, he's probably been the most, I'd say, consistent and just outstanding goalie of like the NIHL era. If you can put an era on it from when it started in like 2014, from that era, he's probably been like the guy of that era. Like obviously, don't think he went up too much to national. Off the top of my head, I only ever remember him playing for Solent, so I'd probably say consistency wise, he's probably like the guy, but a nice bloke as well. Although a few others might not say so. From a few occasions, he tried. Do you remember Matt Croyle? Anyone? You remember Croyle?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so them two. You tried to have a fight with him in Bracknell when Bracknell was still a team, and he's like, "Why wouldn't you just have a fight with me? I just want to have it on, tick it off of my career." And Chico was like, "Nah, this ain't happening." I was like, "Come on, it's the only thing you haven't done. Like, come on, get it in."
Wicked. So you said you started late, so just in sort of under 16s?
Yeah, so I started like when I was like 11, 12, adult learn to play, after having like pillows taped to my legs by my older brothers, and literally parcel taped to my legs. So I did that for a couple of years, and then I got more into football. I was playing football for a couple of years just because hockey was expensive as well, and I didn't like... It was literally just learn to play on a scrimmage on a Friday night, back when the Big Blue Tent first opened. So yeah, I stopped for a while, and I think I must have been 14 when I went back to it, and they'd actually got a kids learn to play, so like a under 18 learns to play. So I went back to that with a few mates. I think I'd done 3-4 sessions at the time. Brent Pope was head of the juniors. I don't know if any of you know who Brent Pope is. No, he's no longer with us anyway, but like he played in Cardiff, obviously. He played in the OHL for Peterborough, like Peterborough Petes. So he was like head of the juniors at the time. And I just think they had a shortage of goalies in the 16s and 18s. So I went over about, I must have been 15 years old to join the under 16. So yeah, that's... so
you started as a skater? You started as a skater?
No, always a goalie.
Always
a goalie. Never once. I played out, as Katelin will attest to last year. I gave Johan
2 or 3 goals.
Yeah. I was Johan's best line mate all year last year. In that scrimmage. So no, I was always a goalie, even in football. Everything we've ever done, like with my mates down the park, always the goalie. I just stemmed from probably having 3 older brothers and being the youngest of them. You're being put in the goal, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
I have fond memories of playing football in the kitchen and just being blasted out with a football. So being told off by my mum.
Yeah, not even like rolled up socks or none of that.
No, so we'd have like the small balls, like obviously like the size 3 balls or something, or like you'd have just anything, or a tennis ball, anything like that. You'd be playing in the kitchen there. So the door's one goal, and like we had an island that jutted out the other end. That was the other goal, but I never got to shoot. I was the shootee.
Can I ask? Obviously, I've never really thought to ask. None of your brothers played hockey, did they?
So 2 of them did. So they all played like roller hockey. Down there was a park across the road from my house, and it was like weird because it was a football ground. It was like concrete floor, but I had 2 football goals at the end. But behind it was like boards, like hockey boards would be. But it was a brick concrete wall that went round like it was a hockey thing. So they used to play roller hockey down there.
Oh, so
2 of them worked in the rink when it was in the centre of town in Cardiff, and they played a bit of like rec hockey, but never really to any extent. They're all football. Like the 2 brothers that play, they're all football's their sport.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
Just never thought to ask about your brothers. I didn't even realise you had 3 older brothers. I thought you only had the 1 or 2. But no, I just wondered if they ever played hockey. Well. Oh,
no,
you need for like
you need a TV in Wales.
Never knew that.
My dad's a Catholic Scottish, and my mum obviously thought there was no TV in the 90s, so in the late 80s. So that's what you get from it, don't you?
That's madness.
Yeah, but we all got into hockey because of my uncle. He just happened to be in and around it one day and took, I think, my oldest brother to a game, and it all stemmed from there then. So from the centre of town to when it moved over to where it is now, but when it was the tent, they'd all stopped by then, and it was only me, my older sister, and my younger sister would go to games back when the Devils were awful, and you'd have about 600 people in the tent. So yeah, they all stopped then, and that's when we carried on, and that's when I got into it. Is when the tent opened.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of us. There's too many stories.
But yeah, I just never. I didn't think they had, because obviously I feel probably if they did, you probably would have bought it up a bit more. But yeah, just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, well, they're never really into it anymore. I say my older sister is. She has had a season ticket for the Devils a few times, but they sort of watch from afar. Although they've been to a few games this season already. One of my brothers, Owen, he came to Swindon. He came to Cardiff as well. So did my other brother Reese. So they've been to a few games to watch me in Chelmsford, which is nice. But because I don't think I should make them drive all the way to Chelmsford to watch the game. It's a bit of a trek, and they've all got young kids as well.
So when was what was your first senior club?
My first senior club would have been ENL2 or NIHL2 Devils.
The Cardiff Devils.
Yeah, so it was that would have been like 2014, 2015. Yeah. Because as soon as I left juniors, I went straight into ENL2 because they didn't have any other goalies. It's sort of there was like a bit of an overhaul in the system because obviously there was two sides in 1 and 2, and there weren't really enough players to fill both of them. So me and my mate Jamie McGeer went up into seniors, and he wasn't there all the time. So half the time I was there by myself. I must have spent a season being the only goalie for this for the side. But thankfully I had some good coaches going into that season, because Lyndon, who was the head coach, Lyndon Pezak, was just like, we're going to be young, we're going to be fast, we're just going to be well drilled, we're just doing what we can, like, because we're basically a junior side playing senior hockey. And Dan Brabham, who's actually back with the Fire now, him and his older brother Mike. Mike played for the Devils years ago. I doubt if you'll remember. This is going back many years. I won't say the exact number of years because he'll be mad. But if it wasn't for Dan Brabham especially giving me proper first-time goalie coaching, it wouldn't be as far as I've got. I say as far as I've gotten, but like I wouldn't be anywhere near. I probably would have stopped 5 years ago because I'd been too rubbish to carry on playing. So I owe a lot to him, to be fair, over those probably 3 years he was around, because he ended up being Ben Bounds' goalie coach when he came to Cardiff, and they started a camp together. They would do summer camps together, and then like he would be a video coach for the Devils as well. So he left me, went on to Ben Bounds. I was like, thanks, Ben. Leave me in the dust. Now you're famous. Leave me behind. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that, but
no. But then, so when did the move to Oxford come about to start with?
So I'd actually stopped playing. I decided I got back into football about when I was about 21, 22, and this would have been.
This is cheaper.
Yeah, you made about the cost, but choose to be a goalie, which is probably the most expensive.
I didn't choose. I was forced to. No, it's the best position. It's the best position to be. It's the most important position in any sport.
But obviously, before the move to Oxford, you did do Bristol, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was playing for Bristol. So I left. So I got into ENL1 Cardiff, and that then collapsed.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a team putting in, and that's when the Fire started up. So they went into Division 2, and I was like a bit without a club year. But a few of my mates went to Bristol, and I thought, I haven't got a club. I'll go there, see what happens, see how it is, see what's nice. Great setup. Richie will look after you. As much abuse as he gets from everyone, he takes it really well. He dishes it out as well. But those few years there were really enjoyable. But I'd actually stopped playing would have been in the 18-19 end of the 18-19 season. And I was going to play football instead, just for another year, because I was like, there's not really much else to do. It's a bit cheaper, like you said. But then Simon Anderson got in contact with Richie, I think, actually, because their goalie got injured pre-season, and they needed someone to just sit on the bench for Duffy to play at the time. And I think 2 or 3 games went by. I went in against Slough in the third period, had a great period, thought, oh, great, this is fun, isn't it? Ended up playing against Streatham the next week. They had something unbelievable, like 73 shots or something. I remember my brother finding the clip in the Oxford Mail and sending it to me. They won 3-1, but like, unbelievable amount of shots. And Simon was like, you're not leaving. So I was like, okay. Milan was out for longer than they thought he was going to be out. He thought he'd be out a couple of weeks, ended up being like 6-8 weeks out in the end. So by the time he came back, there were 3 of us anyway, but Simon wanted me to stay for the rest of the season. I had Ollie and Sam Schoen to take me, so we had a good lift share, so that made it much easier, and it was good fun. Thoroughly enjoyed that season as well, even if it did get cut short at the end, thanks to COVID.
Yeah, that was obviously your first season, and it was cut short because of COVID.
I remember playing against Romford on a rescheduled game on a Wednesday night, and then I'm sure we got locked down Friday, like the 2 days later.
Yeah, so I do remember that, because obviously this was sort of when I started volunteering, because that's when Mum started getting heavily involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do remember the Wednesday night game. It was a bit strange.
I can't even tell you what the score was in that game. I think I've erased it from my memory.
Just remember there being talks of a game on a Wednesday night and it happening.
My kit stayed in that kit room for 18 months. It didn't leave.
Oh, the smell. I can't. Ooh.
Oh, the smell anyways without that 18 months is dreadful. So
it's pretty bad. It's a very humid room as well.
It's awful. Like, Ben, honestly, the worst smell I've ever smelled.
Oh, honestly, at Ali Pally for the Southern Finals a couple of years ago, the Chieftains all left their kit in the media room on the Saturday, and I got back in there on a Sunday morning, and honestly, I mean, if I had hair, it would have like all curled and gone back. It was something unlike, and I used to be a boxer, so you open your bag and your gloves and your boots and your wraps and everything, and
you'd be used to it.
But this was like that times about 100. It was mental.
It's a different stink. It's just a different stink.
And you guys, I mean, a couple of weeks ago when I was at Romford versus Invicta. And then I was down in the tunnel talking to Carl Lennon, and I was trying to find Ethan James and whatnot. And Windy just walked past me looking like he's moving house. Because the bag is just enormous.
Yeah, it is huge. I've seen bigger bags as well. Jamie, who I played juniors with, he used to have a wheeled bag, and it was a goalie-sized bag, but it fit the pads in as well. And he used to have to carry that through obviously there's people in the changing room already. And I don't know how he picked the thing up. Like, I could fit about 8 weeks worth of clothes in there if you were going on holiday. Like, it's massive. I was like, I'm not doing that.
They fill up a car boot, put it that way. They fill it up.
Yes, they do.
Well, I know that very well. They fill up a car boot.
Yeah, thanks for taking my kit everywhere for 6 years.
Not me.
Shout out Claire, the best kit manager there's ever been.
From your time in that period where it crossed over into the NIHL, who do you think was the best player that you played against, that you just always had your number?
Oh, I'm terrible at remembering names, to be fair. I played against, I can't remember his name from Slough. I think he began with a K. He was unbelievable, but I can't remember it now. I actually played against Luke Smittle as well when he was still playing before he was coach. He was an unbelievable player. Like, he could score 8 in a game if he wanted to. You could tell he was just like sitting back and just letting everybody else sort of do it, and he'll chip in if need be. He was unbelievable. Seski, back when he was playing for Invicta. I don't know if anyone remembers Seski.
No, yeah.
Along the same lines of Husker. Like, them two always go hand in hand with me. They were unbelievable players. Definitely ones I've played against. Like,
or even with now.
Or with, yeah.
With now, yeah. I was thinking about this because it's just inevitable, isn't it? No matter what you do.
There's a goal I do remember being scored on you by Grant Bartlett.
Is this the between the legs one?
Yeah.
I think everyone remembers that one.
How does that make you feel when that happens?
Sometimes you're just like, well, they're good players, they score good goals, the aim of the game is to put the puck in the net. Saunders was actually the coach at that time as well, and he brought that up last year as well. I was like, thanks for reminding me about that. Remember when we beat you in overtime? Yeah, cheers, Saunders. Yeah. But they are just inevitable. Like, when a goal like that goes in, you're a bit like, I prefer it for my defenseman not to turn it over on the blue line. Thank you. That's number one. But number two, when they do that, you're like, what else could I... Aside from diving at his feet and taking him out, Dominic Hasek style, there's not much you can do about it.
No, there's actually, I think, if anyone's got the time to go right through our social media and like the 800 odd posts that are on there, it's probably about post number 8. It was quite early after I'd started doing this, and I'd put a little highlight reel together of the goals of that evening, and that did win goal of the season for me that year as well. But it was just astonishing. Let's
pretend that's lost on the internet. Let's just pretend it's not there. It's fine. So, I'm pretty sure he's the only one who's done that to me as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, a few have tried. A good few have tried, actually. But yeah, I think he's the only one who's actually pulled it off. So
if you try that and it doesn't come off, you've got to expect a whack from someone, haven't you?
Yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it, when something don't sort of come off that you wanted to do. But especially when it's like a skill like that, it's just, if you pull it off, it's like, oh my God. If you don't, it's like, for fuck's sake, what were you even thinking?
It's the same as like trying the Michigan, isn't it? A few people have tried that, and luckily, whenever they have tried it, Cookie's been there to be like, absolutely not.
Well, they've tried it on you.
You ain't doing that to me. Sorry, what was that?
They tried it on you, the Michigan.
Oh yeah, only 2 or 3 times. I can't remember who and what. Probably a young kid who's actually good and can do it. But yeah, they haven't actually pulled it off. They've got it so far, and you can see it coming, but luckily the defensemen have been switched onto it most of the time, being Cookie.
Do you,
sorry, go on, Katelin, go on.
Do you sort of see a difference? Obviously, it's probably an easy answer for this. Can you see the difference between obviously playing for like a lower league team like Oxford to a higher league team? Is there more pressure on your shoulders, do you think?
Well, I thought there would be more pressure, but I was saying this to Jem in the car the other day. I've not really been, not that you don't feel pressure, I haven't felt it more like, oh God, this is a do or die, like one mistake can cost you this, that. I haven't really felt the pressure in that way. I've felt more calm than anything else. It's more like a reassurance from everyone else to be like, you don't have to do it all yourself. You don't have to be everywhere. You can rely on you, which is what Clement was saying to me on Sunday, actually. Learn to trust your defensemen as well, because they can defend. So yeah, you definitely can tell, especially in games where you're not seeing as much rubber. So like against the Swindon, I don't think with Swindon I was facing odd man rushes rather than sustained pressure, which is a bit hard in itself because they're higher danger chances than what you'd get from just sustained pressure.
Yeah.
So you can really tell the difference between a team who can say defend. It's not like anyone can defend really poorly and then they're just defending rubbish on purpose. Sometimes they're at the limit of what they can do. And you just have to be like, well, it is what it is. But it is nice to see when you do get an odd-man rush against you, or something breaks down in front of you, and there is a break coming towards you, and all of a sudden the defenseman, like Benny Russell's done it probably 4 or 5 times already for me. So is Fraser. So John Beldecost, like he'll cut something else straight away. I think he's been really great this season, John.
I think he's had a good start, yeah. And he did appear in a list that was published online of the best international hockey player of each country and where they play.
Yeah, I did see
John
that.
was listed as the best Greek player.
If he's the best Greek player, I wonder who the best Welsh player is.
That's why I asked, because I don't think that Wales was in there. It was obviously GB.
It was GB, yeah.
Kirky. And it was Kirky, but yeah, for Welsh, Guernsey wasn't in there either, but it's...
No,
I mean, you say you don't feel that the pressure is on. Was it on the other night when you were trying to catch the drop-in foam pipes? Because you were shit at that.
Oh, my God. That is probably the most pressure I felt all year. Didn't see it coming. And warmed up. I got in from... I must have been at the rink for about 20 minutes at that point. So obviously it's a long drive to get there. I'm still getting not like awake, but still getting in the mindset for training. And they come out to do that, and I was like, this is going to go terribly. This is just going to go wrong. And it did. And I was like, good thing they didn't go behind me though, so that it's okay. They stayed in front of me, so I could cover them. That's what I'm saying. I'm keeping to that.
Yeah, there was a few comments about the only one that didn't grab any was the goalie.
Literally, I was like, I went to grab one and it went through my hand, so I went to grab it like if I was cut like that, and it went straight through, and I went, oh well, this is just I'm done. I'm not switched on enough for this. It's too late. I've had a long drive. Got any more excuses?
As a player, do you enjoy that kind of stuff? Because obviously Katelin would have probably been pestering you a little bit when you were at Oxford to do a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, and I hope that Chelmsford are going to start to improve what the social media output is as well. Do you enjoy that as a player?
Yeah, I don't mind that stuff. I think I was the only one to do it with Katelin last year, to be fair. I think everyone went I did.
He was one of the most consistent ones, put it that way.
Especially Morgan. He's 6'5", and he's trying to hide behind Felix, who's not even 6 foot, and he's like, yep, I'm not going to do this.
Not doing it. Don't get me wrong, I did have to force a few people.
Be nice if you gave me the questions in advance so I had a wittier answer, though. That would have been better.
Yeah, but I think sometimes quick fire thinking brings out the better answers.
Yeah, I don't mind stuff like that. I do hope they do more of it, because then more fan engagement brings eventually more eyes to the club. Club gets bigger. It's just as simple as that, really, isn't it? So
yeah. Do you think that obviously the amount of messages and stuff that you received when you signed would have always been high, because it's that kind of club. It's very I'm going to use the word tribal. I always say that I'm not a tribal fan of anything, so that's kind of why I keep a non-bias. But the Chelmsford fans are very much you are now part of that family. They will,
really
they will literally protect you from everything. Anyone says anything about you, they'll jump on them and lynch you.
Yeah.
And that's the way that it is. But
or they'll attack me for not couching a foam thing.
But I think the exposure that the club is getting is probably making that even higher, like the attention that the players are getting personally because of the amount of attention the club's getting.
Yeah. No, sorry. Say the first bit again. I lost my train of thought there.
Obviously the amount of attention that the club is getting, I think, is increasing the amount of personal attention that the players are getting. And, I thank you for coming on here first before you go on the Buckleys.
I don't think that'll ever happen. Don't think they're going to want some random guy that nobody's ever heard of from a niche sport going on their podcast, which is heard everywhere.
Did you obviously as well, I think, I hope so. Obviously, you got a good response from the Oxford fans, thanking you for everything. I'm guessing.
A fair few of them just to say thanks and hopefully see you soon. And it was a tough decision, obviously, to go in the first place. Obviously, not knowing what was going to happen with the club folding for a season anyway. But I had so many nice messages from Oxford people, and then so many nice messages from Chelmsford people as well. It made everything just a bit easier to deal with, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they've been great, the Chelmsford fans, like you were just saying as well, just to welcome you in and make you feel a part of the club straight away. So that's been, and the helpers as well done that. So
obviously, me being Oxford my whole life, I just want to ask you a few things about Oxford. Do you miss us lot?
Of course.
Honestly, obviously with the club folding, obviously I just miss Oxford in general, but I mean it has brought me through a puck's given, so sort of a weird situation, 50-50.
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. There's going to be memes of me now, aren't there?
Yeah, he's going to make them.
Yeah, you are going to make them, aren't you? But yeah, like 50-50 view on it, because obviously it's brought me this, but obviously we miss you as well, like even if we don't go to hockey and see you every weekend and see you every Wednesday.
It was like a little tiny family.
It was, and I think that's sort of what I miss the most as well, especially about like just hockey, like being a part of hockey in general, like especially a hockey club, is I feel like last year, especially with me being more involved with like you lot, it did feel like one big family. So yeah. Yeah,
it did. It's like you obviously have the core people who are there for so long, and it's nice to like they do become a part of your life, and like you do, even if off on the ice isn't what you want it to be, off the ice is still great fun and it's still a good place to be. And I think that was, if you can't help the on ice because of circumstances, then make the off ice at least a great place to be, and everyone who's involved at least made it a great place to be. Just even the boys last year were great, even if half of them were 16 and 17-year-olds. Made me feel there was a point in Romford's changing room last year I was like, I'm actually the second oldest on the team. I'm like, hang on, when did that happen? But like just having like chatting to Aaron, chatting to Claire, just on when like Aaron watching this football, and I'd come down and see what the score is. Hopefully Liverpool will lose in, just because it's funny if they are.
And obviously Flower as well.
Yeah, just seeing Flower and like I think do everything for you as well. The amount of stuff Claire has done for me is untold. Like she has taken my kit to every which way rink you can think of. She once brought Logan Prince's kit up to Sheffield because me and him were playing for Milton Keynes in the National League when it was COVID and all their players were gone. She drove Logan's kit all the way up to Sheffield for him to play. Like, she does stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that because I obviously came and sort of watched you guys play.
Yeah, it was a great game as well. There was like
11 really
players.
Oxford had a bit of a rep over the last few years for picking out an import. We had Dylan Hullaby, Darcy Flanagan, Johan Persson last year. Johan's playing for Harringay, I think, this year.
And Alex.
And Alex.
Oh, Canada.
Canada. What's up, buddy?
Who was the best one?
On the ice, you mean?
Yeah.
Like as a physical, actual player?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the ones we've had, because we've had quite a few now.
There are,
So we had Duznik one year, Aidan Duznik, Jagastatin one year, Xander Wardlaw.
Xander Wardlaw, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not come back, actually.
I don't know if he's still up in Scotland. I haven't seen it. I know he was playing for Edinburgh.
Scotland,
because he's got a Scottish family, hasn't he?
He went back to Australia, didn't he, and then came back to Scotland.
I'm sure he was playing there.
He was definitely playing in Scotland.
Ooh.
I don't know where he is now.
I'd probably say Dylan was the best player. Like, the smoothest skating, had the best shot. Like, the first couple of training sessions with him, I was like, oh my god, his shot is going to break me. He broke one of my sticks up on the shaft up there. And it was good. It was going in, but I'm counting it as a save. I meant it. Definitely meant it. That annoys every player everywhere. If they're taking a shot and it hits the knob end of your stick and it doesn't go in, they're like, you didn't mean to do that. It's like, yeah, I did. The old twitch. It's fine. Easy save, mate. It's fine. I don't know why that pisses off players so much. But yeah, I'd probably say Dylan.
Do you feel a difference? Like when you've got an import player coming at you, can you sense a difference in the way they play to a British player?
You can. I say it with Dylan just because of how great a skater he was. He's probably the smoothest skater I've seen, and just that comes from just being on the ice every day and like the way he'd lean into his shots, the way he'd be able to. His release was different to everyone else's. He'd be able to fake it a bit more, and he'd be able to hide where he's shooting a bit more without you being able to read where they're shooting, because you can telegraph a lot of it. But if it's a good shot, it might be you anyway. But I wouldn't know where he's shooting. Yeah, he would just, and he had a great set of hands on him as well, so he could DQ as well. So there are some of them have a different. I say some of them because Alex. Probably the nicest import we've ever had, and the funniest import we've ever had. I remember picking him up from Bristol a few times because he'd moved down and got himself There's so many stories about that guy, but he's probably the worst Canadian ice hockey player I've ever seen. I don't mean to be horrible.
Sorry, Alex.
He might tell you that himself, but like such a lovely bloke. But yeah, would. Well, I say that he scored 10 goals last year and had like 15 assists somehow. I say somehow, that's a bit rude. I think it's because he didn't know where he was shooting, so the goalie had no idea where he was shooting, so he just went in. I'm pretty sure that's how he met his missus as well. She came to a game and he scored a bar down on someone that he was aiming blocker side. He went glove side and went bar down. He was not aiming there, and she was at that game and saw that goal. So I think they've been together because of that. So maybe he meant it.
That doesn't do very good for what we spoke about last week, does it? That's
No. But obviously you had six years at Oxford. What is your sort of best game or best memory? Well, yeah, let's do best game first. Best game at Oxford.
There's too many to remember.
There is a lot.
There's one season where I had I feel was my best season, and it was probably 22-23 when Aaron was there with us, Burn.
Yes, yeah, Bertie.
We managed to beat everyone that year, except for Graham, who obviously ran away with the league. So we beat Slough first game of the season. We beat Chelmsford a couple of times, one of them in overtime. So probably one of those. My first start for Oxford, obviously that game against Streatham might have been one of my best games, but so many to remember and so many you want to forget as well. So
yeah, I mean, obviously last season is probably a season to forget, but I think last season, especially from my perspective filming it, I think I've seen some of your best saves. Your little windmill thing.
Yeah, that's a great video. I don't
Great.
I don't have too many videos of me actually playing, so it's nice to see some of them. Last season was tough just because of what we ended up having, and like if it weren't for Mark, Simon and Joe, like we wouldn't have had a team last year. So like at least we got another year out, and we got to develop some kids who now can hopefully still play in the league. Like Felix, I think he'll be a great player. Like it's good that he's got in to play one at 16 years old, and as much as he's only 16 and he's trying his best, he's going to make mistakes. You can see game on game, and as the year went on, how much better he got. So at least there's positives from that.
Did I see online? There's another one coming through as well. There's another Hemmings Marlatt.
So it's the oldest.
Oh,
so this is what's really confusing, because obviously I've been just two Spitfires games now, and Felix and I think it's Sam look the exact same. So there's me and my mum cheering for Felix, and it's not Felix.
It's not. I didn't know there was a third one. That's playing against Ollie, like let alone another two of them. Oh my God.
You'll be doing that Saturday, I think, won't you?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a good rink as well. It's always buzzing in there. I think it must be a good place to play.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those rinks where everything's kind of nice. Where not one thing, this thing's terrible, this thing's great. Everything's like, the change rooms are a nice enough size, the ice is good enough, like the plex is great, the benches are big, which makes a difference. So and it's just a nice rink, and it's easy to get to as well, which is also nice as well when you've got a long travel day. So always take that into consideration.
Just one straight line for you, isn't it?
It's great. It's literally great. You turn off the M4, you go up the road, and it's on your right. I'm like, lovely.
But it's only, you can only get there parking if you get there as early as the players have to. If you get there a little bit later, the parking tonight.
We had to park across the road most of the time because there's no chance of you getting in that car park.
No. Not unless you leave 8 in the morning.
The last time I went there, I snuck in. I got in and I drove around the car park. I was like, oh, shit, it's full. And just as I came around the bottom end of it, someone pulled out in like a Micra. And I was driving like a big van, and I was like, oh, I'm getting it in that space because I'm not going anywhere else. But great, and that's going to be a really good test, I think, for the Chiefs, because a bit of a stuttering start. It started to kind of roll a little bit now after that Streatham win. The room must have been buzzing after that.
Yeah,
it was great. Like, obviously, it's a novelty for me to beat Streatham at this point in my career, if you want to call it a career. But yeah, obviously they're kind of all used to it. They know what they can expect. So it's more of buzzing we beat them, but like more of the same, please. We need to keep that going type of thing to try and crawl back some of the things that we've lost so far. So, but I believe that wasn't a cup game, was it, against Streatham?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. But Slough is a cup game, the Challenge Cup game.
Slough is the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, okay. So, but you can still, you want to win everything. There's an extra trophy to win. Part of the reason why I came over anyway is because I've got this far, and I've never even been close to a final. So, like, I want to play in big games. I want to be there. I want to make an impact, and I want to win. Like, it's time. It's time. So, anything we can get our hands on, I'm going all for it.
I think as well, Oxford fans respected that, because obviously I think everyone sort of knew, like, nothing was going to come from Oxford for you. And I think that the goalie you are, you deserve that. You deserve some silverware to show for it.
I wouldn't say deserve. You've still got to earn it. Like, even though...
of course. But I think, obviously, watching you week in, week out, especially at, like, training as well, like, I've watched you pretty much everywhere. You do deserve it.
Nice of you to say.
you do deserve it, and you are, like, I'd say one of the best goalies in the league. Obviously, I know last season a lot of people did say that, even though you played for Oxford, who obviously completely shocking.
I got into that All-Star team somehow. I think that was a sympathy vote.
No, in all honesty, mate, like I said, you're a very modest young man, and to put air quotes around your career is unfair on yourself. Your career has been quite stellar, and I agree with Katelin. I think you've got to that point now where you've earned those accolades actually by being you've earned them, and when it was brought up, obviously I'd been told that there was a possibility you would come to Chelmsford, but as soon as Lords announced that he was leaving, me and Jordan spoke, and then we spoke again at Sheffield, and he said, "Who do you think?" And I said, "I want Ross Miller and Caleb Sheehan, 100%."
Yeah, I did that as well.
And then we have got that. Obviously, Caleb's on a two-way with the Warriors. Jack Garner was with us for a very short period, but has been unable to commit. So Brandon Stones is backing you up now, which is, again, that's a terrific backup for you.
Yeah, lovely bloke as well.
Yeah.
Which always helped, doesn't it? I believe Jack's gone back out to the States now, because I think he wants to do his last year of juniors. Like, obviously their juniors last until they're 21, don't they? So I think he wants to do that again. But yeah, like, to have Caleb in as well is, like, unbelievable, because it's not like he's inexperienced. As much as he is only 17, it's not like he's inexperienced in the league. So it's good to have that. I say backup, but like, it's great to have those there as well. So you can't really go wrong for half the time. Say I can't make a game for whatever, I crash on one of my many M4 trips, many M25 trips. So it's good to have them there as well.
It is now, and to be fair, I saw Caleb probably more than any other goalkeeper outside of Chelmsford last year, and I think he's terrific. He's such a good goalie. He was, and MK took some hammerings last year, but he was the reason that they were not worse.
Yeah, I feel as much as it might have been bad for Oxford last year.
I mean, we didn't finish bottom at the end of the day.
No, but we also didn't. We didn't take as many heavy-handed defeats as MK took. But
that kind of reiterates the point that I made, that even after those two seasons, when someone who admittedly I don't know everything, I think I've got a little bit of knowledge about our game in this country at this level, but someone says to me, "Who do you want?" and I want the two goalies that were bottom in the league.
Yeah,
it's there's a reason behind that.
Yeah, of course there is.
They do the saves, and at the end of the day, that's what you need.
Yeah, you get more practice than anybody.
Yeah, we get plenty of practice. I'm surprised my knees and hips still work.
So we've got a few questions that have come in from social media. We'll put a little thing out to try and get some questions for you, because I figured out how to do it properly now. When I was doing it in the past, I was only getting it out to about 8 people. So this is now going out to our thousands and thousands of followers. So thank you everybody for getting involved. My first question comes from Chelmsford fan Ben Marriott. Who's impressed you the most since you've arrived at Chelmsford?
I'll probably say John. I've got probably a biased view of it because he is a defenseman, but he is a meat and potatoes, stay at home, you're not going around me defenseman. Like, doesn't back down in the corner, he fights for the puck in the corner. If you try going around him, he's going to make it hard for you. Like from my point of view as a goalie, I love that. I just love it when defenders get stuck in like that. I kind of knew about everyone else as well, because obviously playing against them so much. So I'd probably say John off the top of my head. Yeah, I'll say John.
There's one comment on Instagram from Kane and the Bully, but they asked about the commute, and we have touched on the commute and how hellish that must be for you. So we'll jog on to Aaron Burton. Have you been grabbing your chalky milk en route?
There's nowhere to get it anymore. Nowhere to get it.
Is this a specific brand or?
Not even just a specific place. So when we would we'd meet in Bath, funnily enough. So just off Junction 18, there's like a little lay-by you can park in with no charging. So like me, Carter, Aaron, Bailey Hindpitcher, Moody, Tom Stevens would all meet there. And then en route we go on the A420. There's a little petrol station which had a Greggs, and obviously you go into the petrol station. They had like chalky milk and strawberry milk, so we'd get one of them every Wednesday.
Can I say though, chalky milk is completely normal to what Carter used to have.
Oh, he's the weirdest one. Like, it's
so strange. He'd have just a can of tuna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who eats tuna straight from the can anyway? Like, what? He's not doing Welsh people a service here, but like, we're definitely outed him. But yeah, the weirdest boy. Because he'd have.
What else did he have with it?
I think it was milk. I'm pretty sure it was milk.
Sure it was. Can't remember the other thing. I just always remember the fact he used to have just like plain tuna. Did he even drain it? Did he drain it?
Wait, I don't know. That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I think that would also depend on what it was in, wouldn't it? Because you could get it in water or brine or oil.
Yeah.
Or...
For his sake, I hope it wasn't brine.
But Will Fry, he wants to know, when are you going to let other teams score?
Did he not watch last year? Pretty sure everyone has scored.
I'm pretty sure that's just a very way of him giving you a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it was very nice of him. He did say it a few times to me in the handshake line. Obviously, we played against them. I think the first game of the season when we played in the fog, because it was like first week of September, 20 odd degrees. They let the doors open.
It was awful.
If it weren't for my fluorescent yellow badge, you wouldn't have seen me down the other end.
Honestly, I've got a video.
Sorry, say again?
At NK?
That was at NK, yeah.
I've got a video. We can sort of like put it over if you'd like. It was dreadful. It was awful. I couldn't hardly see anyone.
That's why they scored from the top of the blue line, because I couldn't see the blue line. What are you on about? Players in front of me, fog in front of me.
I think I actually bought the stream for that one and watched it. Because that does all sound very familiar.
Yeah, we won 4-1, didn't we? Was it 4-1?
No, it was 3-2. The 4-1 was the next time, I think.
Yeah, I do think I watched that on the stream.
It was a weird gig. We played Solihull the night before in a pre-season, and then we jumped into MK on the Sunday as the season, because I think they couldn't have any ice, so they had to bring it forward that far forward, like sooner than everyone else. So for a brief moment, we were actually top of the league.
I don't think we've said that. I've got good plans for a long time. Woo!
Well, Ollie has asked, what's your favourite part of being a goalie?
Oh. Probably just making that big save, but it's making that timely save rather than a big save. If you can keep your team in it or your team ahead and keep the game ticking along, that's probably the most satisfying part of it. Like, for me, it doesn't have to be the backdoor splits glove save, which I can't do anymore. But like, if you can make a save that was a good save, and it kept your team in it, kept your team within one, kept your team above by one, I'd say that's the most satisfying part, definitely. Just to keep the team in the game, give your boys a chance to go and put it in the other net rather than your net.
Yeah. Well, I've always said goalies are, and it's only really true in ice hockey, not in many other sports, that a goalie can win a game on their own.
Yeah, I can't do that. I wouldn't say football as much. Not that hasn't happened. Look at Oliver Kahn in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And And many times of Petr Cech as well.
Did you played? You must have played against Petr at one time or another.
So yeah, I played against him, and he
with
us.
Yeah.
So he's with us for a season as well. Yeah. Funny enough, that overtime game where we beat Chelmsford, he was playing in that. So I was sure to remind him of that game. I do have a funny Petr story if you want to hear it.
On, yeah,
I'm not sure you'll like me telling it.
I don't think he listens.
Well, screw him then.
Maybe you should tag him.
Yeah, he should listen, and I won't tell stories like this about him. So we were playing Romford on a Saturday, and he'd been out to a Champions League panel on the Wednesday. He got stuck in Austria, so he couldn't get home until Friday. Went for dinner Friday night in Chelsea with a few of his mates, and as he's leaving, it was like this orchestrated attack. So one guy tapped his shoulder, a guy come past on a moped and nicked his phone as he was ordering an Uber. So he's like, great. So then he was late to the game in Romford because he didn't know what time to be there because he didn't have his phone. He plays against Romford. We lose 11-3. So not the best of nights. We got a bit of a hiding. And I go into the showers after the game, and he's in there before me, and he's in there by himself. So if you haven't been the Romford ones, they're quite big and open, actually. But he's dead centre in the middle of all of these. And he's literally he's head down like this, just to himself. And I'm like, you right there, Big Pete? And he's like, this week has been the shittest of my life. That was it. He turned around, he walked out, and I was like, okay, see you Wednesday, maybe. If you can get there.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one training session with Petr, and he couldn't make it because he actually had a shoot with Jack Grealish, and I just remember him texting someone, can't remember who he texted, just so casually, sorry mate, can't make it, just with Jack Grealish. It's yeah.
Good for you, mate. Fine.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I mean, as a football fan and a football goalie in your past life, that must have been pretty exciting for you, though.
Yeah, my brothers loved it. And obviously my football team as well, when they heard about it, they were all asking me for his number. I'm like, I'm not giving you Petr Cech's number. Let's be real here. But he was my guy growing up as well. As much as I wasn't a Chelsea fan, I don't really have a Premier League team. I just watched football. But he was my favourite back in from 2007 to 2012. He was my favourite keeper in the Premier League. That was quite nice to actually meet him. I've never had a photo with him. I never felt like I wanted to ask for a photo with him. I probably should have, shouldn't I? For
I'm sure you had a
posterity
photo with
sake. Yeah, I don't think I do. I've never gone and asked him for a photo.
No, surely there's got to be one somewhere.
Maybe.
Surely.
Well, probably on ice together, yeah. But he gets texts every now and again as well. He's one of the people who reached out to say congrats on Chelmsford as well. And when I went up to sit on the bench for Bristol, he messaged me then as well. So he's still about. He's a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
I have got a picture with him.
Yeah, I have too.
Probably should have done it.
Yeah. But,
my brothers have said the same thing.
I did ask him at the time about coming on, and he said yeah. And then we did speak about it again a few months later, and he said yeah. His agent was incredibly difficult to deal with, so it was, it ended up not happening. He'd always still be welcome, but yeah, that was a shame to start with. But we've got quite a good one here actually. Whilst you're still on Oxford, Emerson J on Instagram, pick an Oxford line that you played with: 2 Ds, 3 forwards. Yourself in goal.
Question.
Ooh, Darren Elliott. Straight away, you can't not.
Oxford,
he's literally Mr. Oxford.
Yeah.
Dax Hedges, I'd say another Mr. Oxford. Joe Edwards, that'd be my front three, I think. I actually got to play with a bunch of them in my first season as well, but Joe Willock and Josh Oliver as well and all that. I would like to put Josh Oliver in there as well, but you can only pick 3 forwards. Hopefully he doesn't. Yeah, I could pick a great overall team. I'll probably still finish.
Full roster.
Yeah, we'll probably still finish second from bottom somehow because that's just what happens. But just Oxford way. I'll probably put Cookie in there as one of the defencemen. I'm taking this as from just my era of playing rather than
just to you.
Anyway. Who was the other defenceman? Played with so many of them.
I was like, surely Big Darcy's got to be in there.
Darcy probably be in there as well if he shows up to the game.
And doesn't get a 10 game ban.
I'm only messing. Please don't hit me for that. He messages me from time to time as well. He reacts to an Instagram story and whatnot. Again,
he still keeps in touch with me every now and again. Like say, I'll react to something on Instagram. I thought he was terrific when he came on. Yeah,
he's just a funny bloke as well. I've got so many stories about him, none of which I'm probably allowed to actually tell.
I think it did get a little bit risque when he was on, actually, to be fair.
All I say is Sandy's piano bar. That's all I'll leave it. And anyone who was
good
there
stories from there.
Can just leave it at that.
But, that's still a pretty good Oxford line.
I'm trying to think of anyone else I can throw in there. But I was trying to think more longevity and like more people who've been there a while rather than just
obviously the season.
One season, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
otherwise, I'd throw Sam Schoen in there, and I'd be like, "Yeah, he's my buddy. He can play. He can be in there."
Well, the final one we got here is from James Thompson, who I'm assuming is a Fire fan. It says, "Being a Welshman, what is it going to take to get you to the Fire?"
Not for lack of trying, to be fair. There's nothing on their part. It's more like it's the same thing why I've left Oxford. It would be nice to come home to Cardiff and be in Cardiff. But I feel like I'm not quite there yet.
They're pretty stacked, to be fair, as well, in goal. With
that's another thing as well.
They're pretty stacked.
Also, with like the silverware situation, it's a sidestep. It's not really a step up.
Well, I said the same thing to Shep, because obviously I'm pretty sure I played a bit of juniors with him. So I've known him a long time. But I was like, you've got good goalies already, and if I come in, I'm more so going to be stepping on toes than anything else, and I don't want to then hurt the development of the younger goalies, because I forget Ben Scanlon's still only like 24. I coached him for 3 years when me, Ben Bounds and Dan Brabham did a Tuesday night goalie session for all like the junior goalies, so like from 18s downward. We were coaching on it, a few other coaches as well. We did that for about 3 years when I was in Bristol. That was great fun. And to see where Ben Scallon's come from juniors to now, I'd be like, that's not the same goalie. Like, when he turned about 18, 19, it finally, like, switched with him, like, how to stop the puck rather than getting out the way of the puck. So, like, he's such a better goalie now. But yeah, I don't want to step on his toes. He's still developing. He's still yet to get into his prime. Gemma, obviously still playing. Brocken, who's literally I'm pretty sure he's still a junior, or has just come out of juniors, because he was playing Swindon juniors last year.
Swindon juniors, yeah.
Like, so I'm going to be in the way. It's another body in the way, isn't it? So, like, let them develop as well. You know, don't want to get in the way.
Maybe towards the back end for you, maybe.
Maybe, possibly, yeah. But even then, I'll probably be too rubbish by then, and can't be bothered to play. My hip's broken. Nah, Ben, you got this one. It's fine. It's fine. The partners, I've never heard of them. Sorry, I've got Carvery to go to. Nah, I don't want to play.
Have you had any proper injuries? Not that I don't want anyone to target you in any way, but
I'll touch all of the wood and anything else you might want to touch. But no, I've not had, apart from breaking my thumb playing football. I went to save a penalty. The ball bounced off the post, hit my thumb, and then went in. So not only did I not save it, I broke my thumb. So I missed about 4 weeks.
A few MK trips. Mum had to take you to the hospital.
Yeah.
Not obviously long term, sort of like short term little, obviously like concussions.
Yeah, that was just a concussion. That was. I was smashing the back of my head off the crossbar. So yeah,
don't give us all a fright.
Don't recommend that. If I'm being honest, don't recommend.
Didn't they stretch you off on a rent board? Or
yeah, that was bizarre because they put me in neck brace and everything. Like it was weird. So this is what 22, 23 or 20?
Like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because
Croyley was still there.
Yes.
So yeah, I remember.
But that would have been 21, 22.
Yeah, season after COVID. Yeah. So yeah. I couldn't even tell you how it happened. The puck went in my left-hand corner. I was at the right, and I got to go back to the post out that way, and I got bowled over by whoever.
It was Alex Staples.
Oh, was it? Ugh.
Yeah, we were actually talking about it the other day. Someone like shoved Stapes, not in any sort of like bad way, just sort of like a shove out the way.
Oh, trying to get past him, type of thing.
Trying to get past him, and then he bumped into you. And then you went back, and sort of like where the away fans sit at MK, we were all like, what's just happened? And then we realised, like, shit, this is actually serious.
The only thing I do remember is waking up, having Timmy over me, Josh Rory over me, and my foot stuck in the top of the goal somehow. I don't know how that happened. My skate was caught in the top, like, to the flat bit of the netting by the crossbar. My skate was caught in that, and I'm like, how have I ended up in this position? What's going on? Yeah, they put me in a neck brace and everything, and I was like, this is overkill. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, we had a physio. Like, she only came like once or twice, but she had everything. But the rink just didn't have a stretcher ready. I don't know why, but you were carried out on a rink ball. I'm pretty sure they tried. In a wheelchair? I'm pretty sure after the game when we came out, you were in a wheelchair.
I don't even remember. That's probably the concussion speaking, though. That
yeah.
I can't remember that. I do remember not being able to sleep for a week, though. That was the worst part of it. Like, it was weird. I closed my eyes and it felt like the room was spinning, and I couldn't sleep for a week.
Oh, concussion's horrible for that. Absolutely horrible.
Mm.
I'll say it's a paradox to say I remember my first concussion because I don't. But I know now, looking back, that I have no memory of the day whatsoever. Yeah. I can remember the morning, but then after that. Nothing.
Well,
nothing.
That sounds worse than my one, though. Well, when you're a boxer, you probably have 8 of them.
Well, I only know what happened because I've watched it back on YouTube, and I got knocked the fuck out.
That'll do it. I get that.
Understand that one now.
Someone's thinking about that now. Yeah, and it's not on YouTube for everyone to find. I promise.
I'll have a look after.
If you're putting that goal on social media, why can't we put that on social media?
Yeah.
It is. I think it's
gonna go stalking now.
I think it might have been on my personal profile before it got hacked, but
right.
But such is life. But Ross, you've given up quite a lot of your time for us this evening. I'm very, very grateful. Right. You're our first active player guest of the season. To be fair,
and my first guest at all.
Yeah, your first guest in total. But I think once we announced that we come back, I think you were the first person that I'd spoken to about coming on, and you'd obviously you've joined the club that I follow. It was something that I was really, really glad that happened. I think you're obviously an amazing goalie. You're even better a bloke for agreeing to come on here.
No problem. You keep saying nice things about me, I'll do it all the time.
Yeah, and obviously I told you about me joining before it was announced, and as soon as you said, I need to go on now, I was like, don't, we'll get it sorted.
Right. Yeah, because that was part of one of the other things I was like, coming to Chelmsford, I'd be like, I'll get on there, try and get myself into the Chelmsford like fan type of, so they know kind of who I am, and then never did it. Probably should have done it a bit sooner, but it was one of the first things I actually wanted to do, to be like, I've listened to a whole bunch of episodes. The roundup episodes are great because I didn't have to go and look at scores, and especially for Chelmsford when they don't post any scores, so it's a bit annoying to find out who they played. So it was good to have that roundup to see what people had done and see how the games have actually flowed, rather than just seeing a stat line of this guy scored at this time, that guy scored at that time, then these guys scored. But yeah, Mark was saying as what Saunders was like, listen to it, you want to know what happens around the league, you want to be in tune so you know what you're coming up against. So he's a big fan as well. Yeah, Mark was the original coach of Coach's Thoughts. He was in charge of Chelmsford when it all started. I did reach out to him actually to sort of for anything about what's happening with Oxford and how he felt about it and whether he'd be involved in a potential rebuild or anything. But because his time at Chelmsford was quite poorly fated, to be honest. He's had a bit of bad luck.
Yeah, he hasn't had the greatest track record, bless him.
But obviously, this with Oxford, it's nothing that he's done or anything. I want to set it straight, because I did have a few people say, "Is it because of Saunders that you've left?" And I'm like, no, absolutely not. The bloke was great to me. Still message him from time to time. He's been one of the nicest people I've come across in hockey, where there's other people might have different opinions, but he was not any of the problem why I was leaving, and he's not the reason why the club has had to take a step back for a season as well. Like, that's well out of his hands. I don't think he can control not having any players. If you haven't got stuff to come in, then literally what are you supposed to do about it? So no, I think Mark's terrific. I think Mark is actually aware that his coaching style is maybe a little bit divisive, and not everybody. Yes, he's very passionate.
He's very aware of that, because I know a lot of times we've had conversations where he's like, I'm not here to be someone's friend, I'm here to be a coach.
He is. He's there. He's not there to hold your hand. Like, he's there to kind of lead you in the way, but he's not there to hold your hand. And I think some people can take that the right way and some people can take it the wrong way, whereas he's very passionate, and sometimes that gets the better of you, but at least he loves what he does. but I think he was only good for the club, and I'm sure say some of the younger guys would say they've helped them along the way. Same with Simon as well. So they were great.
Yeah, you can't knock anyone for loving the game, and to do what you do, travelling the distance that you travel, you have to love the game.
You have to love the game, and then hopefully one day it loves you back. But I'm still like it's around the corner. I'm sure.
I'm sure it is, mate. Mate, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ria. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Sports Social Podcast Network, the biggest voices in sport. Let's take a look at some of the lineup, tops and tails.
And he goes, "All right, mate, do you want the darts and thing?" And I'm like, "What darts?"
The Anfield Wrap.
Off the field, Liverpool have done everything they possibly could to achieve dominance now.
The Analyst Inside Cricket.
It was announced over the PA system that I was out of the test for injury. A massive cheer went up around the ground. Probably the biggest cheer I've got in the UK.
All on Europe's biggest sport podcast network. Find your next favourite sport podcast. Search Sports Social Podcast Network and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Verified comparison at content.sport-social.co.uk/comparison.